Tuesday night video. Ben, I'm gonna start by saying that my camera's probably gonna shut itself off at some point because it's been doing that for the last 3 weeks now.
And why mess with tradition?
Yep. So I don't know why, but anyway, moving on. So we did our episode on the podcast was all about trivia, so maybe we'll just carry on with the trivia. The trivia is not much different to a spitball, really. We just throw out a piece of information and riff off it.
Yeah.
So I'll go first.
All right.
Mine is my first 2 bits of trivia are Pixar related.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that Buzz Lightyear's original name was Lunar Larry?
No, I didn't, but what a great name.
Lunar Larry. Maybe it's too close to Leisure Suit Larry, maybe.
He kept stopping off at the phone booth and dialing 6969. And then had a dog urinate on him. They were all in the cutscenes of Toy Story.
Yeah. I don't know why they changed it, but I like Buzz Lightyear. It works.
Yeah, Buzz Lightyear is a cool name, but Lunar Larry is also pretty... Like, it's not as catchy for kids. Like, there's no... you can't... Like, his sidekick could be Lunar Larry.
I wonder if Lunar Larry is like some kind of sort of background character that they've managed to weave into their other Pixar films.
Yeah, no, it's like, like in Stargate, there's that bald guy who runs the control room. Like, his name could be Lunar Larry. He runs he puts in the chevrons to generate the Stargate. He doesn't have it. I don't think he has a name, and he's popped up. It's been great. I've been watching a lot of. This is embarrassing to admit, but I've been watching a lot of Hallmark mysteries, and they're all shot in Canada, and it's all like half of them are directed by Peter DeLuise or the other, I can't remember the other, Michael DeLuise, but it's all like all these actors from these like science fiction TV shows popping up in like small parts, like as the disgruntled neighbor and stuff like that. And it's all these guys from Stargate and.
Well, answer me this. I don't particularly want to talk about the Hallmark films, but I do need to know: are they any good? Because I see them on the shelf all the time. They're in box sets.
I really like them. Like,
yeah.
They're perfect. Like, there's the Fixer Upper mysteries with Jewel, and the guy from Eureka.
Isn't there like a garage one, like the Garage Mysteries?
The Garage Mystery. I haven't watched those yet. I love Laurie Loughlin. And,
I love that you say yet.
Yet. Oh no, I'm definitely. I've taken pictures every time I go into JB Hi-Fi and there's a new one out. I take a picture of it so I don't forget it, and I've got it on my list of during the next buy 2 get 1 free sale. I'm gonna go crazy on them.
That's why I love you. That's awesome.
But there's like my favorite one is the actually I say it's my favorite one. I can't remember the
How do you pick a favorite?
What it's called, but it stars Jill Wagner, who most people would probably know as the kind of the girl on the front line of Wipeout. Do you remember that show Wipeout?
Yeah.
Where they get to do all the stupid obstacles or get thrown into the water, and she's the girl that kind of stands there at the microphone to asking them how they're going and stuff. She was also in a couple of episodes of Stargate Atlantis.
All right, throw your piece of trivia at me, man. Right. No one wants to hear about Hallmark movies.
I could talk about Hallmark movies, or if you really want to go on a tangent, the Christian movies that were on American Netflix. I can talk about those for a while as well because I love those.
All right, tell you
and
what.
I'm not in any way religious, but all right, I'll go.
Wait. Tell you what. Throw me a list of movies I should watch from both of those collections, and we will do an entire episode later in the year.
Oh my god,
dedicated.
This is gonna be great.
Dedicated to that.
Hallmark mysteries.
Yeah, we'll just choose the week.
Movie Monday episode.
We'll just choose the week that we know everybody's got something to do, so they won't be listening, and then we can just.
Hallmark really comes into its own at Christmas time. So
it sure does. And I will tell you now, I have seen many of those because of the girls I live with. My partner and my daughter. Love that shit.
I have no such excuse. I just love those movies.
That's right. Anyway, chuck us a piece of trivia.
All right. Okay. So, did you know that? Now, I'm going to read you this. These are the people. I'm going to read you a list of people that were originally considered for a role in a classic children's film. See if you can guess the film.
All right. Hang on. Right. As you do that, I'm watching my camera, and it's flashing at me.
Oh.
I don't know what that means, but
just showing you its bits.
Oh.
Is it?
We're good. Keep going.
Is it okay? Was it singing the old grandma? She ain't what she used to be. The old grey mare of doing the. Is it that kind of flashing?
I don't know. I don't know what it
No.
was. Anyway, carry on.
Okay. So see if you can guess
Yep.
the role. Okay, so Cher, Eartha Kitt, Geneviève Bujold, Helen Mirren, Anne Bancroft, Olivia Hussey, Sigourney Weaver, Linda Blair, Faye Dunaway, Susan Sarandon, Jodie Foster, Vanessa Redgrave, Frances Conroy, and Liza Minnelli were all considered for this role before they finally cast this woman, and she was it was based on a children's book, and she was the author's choice. Like it was, he didn't actually tell anyone at the time, but because he made a big deal about it in another movie and it didn't happen, so he decided to keep this one to himself. But he was secretly, this is actually who he really wanted for the role.
Okay, was that Annie Wilkes?
Annie Wilkes? No.
Nah, I have no idea.
It's the role of the Grand High Witch in Roald Dahl's The Witches.
Oh, did you preface that by saying children's film?
Yes, I did.
Annie Wilkes, what the fuck? All right, I was I was so distracted by my camera that I'm like, hang on, I know I zoned out for a second then.
You missed all the important part.
I did.
But could you imagine how good? Like, I mean, some of those are odd. Like Jodie Foster, I mean, she would have been in her 30s, I would have thought, if maybe even her 20s at that time. I don't know how like, Susan Sarandon, I don't know.
Yeah, I can see her in it for sure.
Sigourney Weaver would have been phenomenal.
Well, I mean,
as the Grand High
we had
Witch.
Susan Sarandon was
And
in
Bancroft.
Witches of Eastwick, so that kind of makes it an
Which
easy.
was around the same time, yeah. But she was she wasn't actually she was a witch, wasn't she?
Yeah.
But she was like, they were all
Beautiful.
like sexy witches.
Well, Angelica
Yeah.
Houston was sexy until she took her face off.
Yeah, I mean, like I loved her in Ice Pirates, but
Well, Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway is playing the character in the remake.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
that's disappointing.
it's pretty. I think about it, it's pretty good casting. She does have that kind of like, she could be a good villain, I think.
yeah, for sure.
Like in that, what was that, the Dirty Rotten Scoundrels remake? She's pretty kind of,
You can ask
I wanna
Jared.
say
You can ask Jared about that one. Was it The Hustle?
The Hustle. She's not nasty in it, but she's just got that very kind of confident and domineering kind of personality, and it really works well in that film. And I think it will work well in the Witches remake.
Nothing worked well in that film.
I like the stuff with I like how she shoots the servant all the time.
Oh, yes, I suppose. All right, here's my second. I'm only up to my second piece of trivia, and we're like, what, 10 minutes in? All right.
I thought we were only doing 2 in this segment. If there's any more than that, I'm in trouble.
Okay, well, I had like
The well.
4.
I know. I said in the podcast that the well does not run dry, but the well has run dry.
We're tapped out. I'll let you do 2. My next one was another Pixar one. This is quite incredible when you think about it. A Bug's Life, Finding Nemo, Monsters, Inc., and WALL-E were all conceived in the one single brainstorming session at Pixar in 1994.
Really?
Yep.
And I guess that explains all the other films that
That's right.
didn't do as well.
Ratatouille. Yeah, no.
I mean, I like Ratatouille. I like them all. The only ones I didn't really get into were Cars.
Yeah, I was not into Cars at all. I'm not a huge fan of. Look, it's interesting. WALL-E and Up are both half good films to me. I think they lose their way, both of them at the halfway point.
I did like Up. Like if a cartoon's going to make me cry, then
yeah, but
the
first act made you cry. Tell me that the final act when he's on an adventure in the jungle.
the first act is excellent. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's my problem with WALL-E as well.
Point.
Like it's really fantastic when it's kind of obscure and a little bit different. Like WALL-E's all by himself on this planet, and it's fantastic that they can carry on the entertainment value with one character. And then when it gets to that ship in space with all the fat people, it's a great social commentary, but it just lost me.
Yeah. The fat people are living my dream life. Like, I don't know why they ever want to get up and look after themselves when they can just lie on a bed and be fed constant. Like, oh my God, just eat food and watch stuff and sleep.
Yep.
Oof.
All right, you got one more piece, and then I'll reel off a couple in quick succession.
Yeah. Okay. Did you know during the filming of The Warriors, the director had such an issue with Thomas G. Waits, who played Fox, one of the Warriors, that midway through filming, like they were almost coming to blows on the set. That he just demanded that the stunt coordinator figure out a way to kill him.
Did not know.
Just kill his character off.
Wow.
And he's the character that gets flipped in front of the oncoming train.
Yep.
He's really the only warrior that you actually see get killed. Like you get to see them, like they kind of get beaten and disappear in amongst a crowd of kind of a sea of fists and stuff at the start.
Yeah.
But otherwise they get arrested. None of them actually get killed except for Thomas G. Waits, and he is to this day uncredited on The Warriors.
Wow.
Like he does not get a credit. And he would go on to play Windows in The Thing, and
that's some bad blood. That's some bad blood right there.
That like they really did not like.
How does that work though when you got things like SAG and unions and all that kind of thing?
I don't know because he actually, because one of the things that kind of happened was that he almost, I think he called SAG in at one point to complain about the conditions.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Wow.
Walter Hill kind of dealt with it, and I maybe it was Thomas G. Waits who insisted that his name be taken off the film rather than
possibly
Walter Hill insisting.
All right, here's 3 bits of trivia. I'll run off really fast because we're sort of getting fairly well into this video. I'm sure you know this one from Poltergeist. The scene in Poltergeist where Jo Beth Williams is swimming in a muddy pool with corpses, they were real corpses.
Were they taken from the set of Apocalypse Now?
No, I don't think so.
Because all those corpses were real.
I believe that they purchased these ones from somewhere in Indonesia because real skeletons were cheaper than fake ones.
Wow.
Imagine swimming with them though, like that.
I mean, to be honest with you, as a kid I watched Poltergeist, and that scene where the tree breaks through the window and like that terrified me.
Yeah.
Like I had nightmares for months afterwards. Months. Like I don't know what happens past that scene. Like I had to stop watching.
You'll have to go back and do it again.
And one of these days I will have to. But did you know that Poltergeist and E.T. both sprung from the same story?
Yeah. And Spielberg even now considers them to be companion films. It is weird.
Imagine ET's in that fucking TV.
That's right.
That's what's going on. He's like phone home, and she's like,
That's right.
And
this alien is home. This one no one will care about. The poster for the Lindsay Lohan film Just My Luck. The photo on the front is actually a real paparazzi photo taken of her on the street that they just sort of doctored and made into a poster. It's just the position and the angle of her tilting her glasses and sort of winking at the camera was perfect for a photo. Like the composition was great.
The quality must have been right. Who's the guy in that film? It's Chris Pine, isn't it? I actually enjoyed that film. I'm not embarrassed.
Doesn't surprise me.
It's like it's one of the better Lohan. I've watched that more times than I've watched Mean Girls.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I quite like that. I think Parent Trap is still my ultimate.
Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen's mine.
Mine?
Yeah. All right, last piece of trivia. This one.
I'm shocked that neither of us said the movie where she plays a stripper and gets naked. Like, I would have thought that would have been.
What was that called? Wish You Were Here? No.
No, there's that Wish You Were Here. That was there's the canyon. I think that's what it was. That's the stripper movie where she doesn't get naked. That's right. She's playing, and it's not until like the canyons or something.
That's right.
Like some weird.
Right, who cares about that? All right, final piece of trivia. The childish sniggering during the lineup scene in The Usual Suspects was all real because Benicio del Toro kept farting. I love that. So if you watch that scene and watch them all giggle, that giggle is quite genuine because just imagine him dropping his guts.
I also heard that, but his whole thing, like a "give me the fucking key, cocksucker," like that. Like he sprung that on them. They were not prepared for that at all.
Especially,
like that was the first time they heard it, and like Gabriel Byrne just couldn't keep his shit
awesome,
together.
awesome stuff. Yeah, that's a film that sort of what a legacy that one has too, for good and bad reasons, I guess.
Yeah, it's a film that we shouldn't really be watching anymore.
Right. All right, man. That'll do. That'll do, Ben. That'll do.